Alrighty. Welcome. This is Poppadukes, the OG Social Network Podcast. Warning, this video and all products mentioned in this episode are for consumption only by adults 21 and older. Keep out of reach of children and pets. In case of accidental ingestion or overconsumption, contact the Poison Center. Please consume responsibly. Also, the OG Social Network Podcast promotes cultural, economic, and political conversations in the New York cannabis community and beyond. And just to let you know, women account for 39% of the cannabis executives and racial minorities 24%. This is Source Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion in the Cannabis Industry by MJ Biz Daily 2023. I want to say welcome everyone to the OG Social Network Podcast. We are having an amazing day here. I was out there canvassing for Suran Mamdani in the Bronx, in my neighborhood in Parkchester, and in other areas. And I got to tell you, this is going to be a major election year that we're having going on. I am also going to let you know that everybody, this Saturday coming, we have the New York State Canna Farms Tour begins August 23rd. We'll be going to CannaCure Farms. You can go to the OGSocialNetwork.com to register and get on the wait list, or purchase tickets online at eventhigh.com. We are heading to CannaCure to spend a beautiful day up in Argyle, New York, to meet the White family and see a beautiful indoor-outdoor grow. Have a lovely tour. Continental breakfast and lunch are provided, along with a great safe round-trip ride up to the farm and back. You'll also be a part of a small podcast answering Q&A, and I just want to invite everyone. We do have tickets available. We have discounts and promos for students, people that have their own cars, and for those that are just need to get on and don't have enough money. Just give me a call. We're more than happy to support you. Today, I am on with a dear friend. Sorry about that. I'm on with a good friend and hope to be a dear friend, William D. Crockford IV. He is the CEO of Oil City Xtracts. This young man I met, we met at MJ Unpacked in New Jersey. And was it MJ Unpacked? Yeah, in New Jersey. Yes. And it was on the pier. And this gentleman just had me going for like 15, 20 minutes in great conversation, selling his brand, his compassion. And I just wanted to be able to talk about his expertise in cannabis and branding and what Oil City Xtracts is about. But first, as I said before, I need you all to know that we are having our New York State Canna Farms Tour August 23rd, 27th, and October 11th. So I need everybody to come on board. We have 3 trips at 18 to 20 people per trip. Be a lovely, intimate affair. Early morning, 8 o'clock departure. We should be back by 6. You will be fed. You're 420 friendly. We do not sell cannabis at these tours. That's another thing that's been going on too. I think my account on the OG Social Network Podcast and other accounts, they're being flagged. And I'm trying to tell these people we don't sell cannabis on these tours. Okay, it is 420 friendly. You bring your own. We are legal in the state, but we don't sell cannabis. So I'm going to get to Will right now. Will, what's going on, buddy? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. I'm broadcasting you today from my office here in Summers Point, New Jersey, and it's good to see you. Excited to talk about the cannabis industry.
Yeah, man. You're like the new generation, I think, that's gonna pop off and make things really happen. Like, what are your plans now? We're going through some nonsense here in New York and New York regarding proximity issues, which is going to, I think it's going to cause a big brouhaha. But at the same time, the government will fix it. They have to, or they're literally going to fall apart. But in New Jersey, have you had any like legal issues going on with your store? Because you're a dispensary, correct?
So we are a federally licensed cannabis hemp distribution company and retail dispensary. So we don't actually sell marijuana. We sell hemp, and it is a similar product to the marijuana. dispensary products in price, quality, potency. We guarantee to beat your local marijuana dispensary. And so we have about 60 hemp dispensary locations just here in South Jersey. And so when you're talking about zoning, when you're talking about townships or municipalities, uh, if it's a hemp dispensary, if it's a marijuana dispensary, you're always going to have kind of that point of controversy because while it may be state legal or federally legal, the township and the zoning board, as well as the state, all have to kind of agree on that plan. And you'll have to submit business proposals and security proposals. So those are all things to take into account. And that's the behind the scenes that could take 6 to 9 months before you even open a retail location. So
Right.
always that kind of a point of controversy, especially
So
if
you're currently just doing hemp, but will you be going forward in THC? Is there a plan for you to go into the THC market as well in Jersey?
So we are, believe it or not, in the THC business. And so where that kind of falls into play is going to be the THC drinks and the THC edibles. So while they're hemp derived, they're allowed to be sold outside the realm of the CRC, which would be like the Cannabis Regulatory Commission. It falls under the Agricultural Commission. And so we distribute to liquor stores, we distribute to bars as well. And then we do the gummies, the THC gummies derived from hemp at our retail hemp and vape locations too. So as far as the state regulated marijuana THC side, as of right now, we don't have any plans to dive into that realm.
Has there been any obstacles for you to go into that realm, or is just that's not on the board right now?
Absolutely. Yes. So that there has been hurdles. And so when I came up here from Florida, that's where I'm from, I started studying at Stockton University. And one of the major topics that they study over there is social equity and getting a clear path to licensing. And so for a person of color, not many people know this, but only 1% of all marijuana licensees in the state of New Jersey, they're a person of color. So it's very hard, the obstacles to overcome, whether that's in the fixed marijuana side or the liquor industry, but especially the marijuana industry. People of color make up a very, very small percentage. And so when you're looking at hemp licensing versus marijuana licensing, the hemp licensing is done through the federal government and the state of New Jersey here. And so I don't have to have my products regulated through the marijuana commission. And so Cannabis Regulatory Commission is going to be outside the scope of my business license. And so we don't have to put up a large amount of capital. We don't have to make as much business proposals for roaming security at night and things like that. So there was a more clear path to the green for my company, diving into the hemp world. And so there was just less hurdles because not many people know this as well. But if you're a hemp business owner, you can buy from other states. You're not limited to being a state licensee, having a farm in New Jersey, and kind of buying from that market only. You can source from farms that have surplus out of state, and all of it's very regulated and safe.
Right. So you're not restricted in state. You can go national and find the right hemp farmers to work with to process the oils that you require for your brand, right? What got you into this? I mean, what got you started in all this?
So that's a great question. Thank you for asking. The way I got into this was actually back in 2017. We started off as a glass company. We did glass distribution for high-end oil rigs and heady functional art pendants, things like that. And
Mm-hmm.
so as the legalization of federal hemp came around, it seemed like this was going to be the new trend. And
Right.
I'm glad that I did invest in this, because the the way that Stockton University comes into so much of the research and development that my company does is they they offer a clear path to anybody that goes to their school, whether it's hemp, whether it's marijuana. And so my studies there began because my mother, a few years ago, she began to become increasingly more sick. She has rheumatoid arthritis. She has a lot of different kind of debilitating illnesses that cannabis will help her mitigate her pain and her appetite as well. So I began studies immediately there to try to help treat my mother. And I became increasingly frustrated with marijuana dispensaries prices in this location. They were way too high, especially coming from Florida. Medical marijuana was very cheap there. And so
Mm-hmm.
you're seeing an excess of $60 to $85 for an eighth of top shelf. And
Mm-hmm.
so the service was subpar. And I wanted to create a company where we could not only help people like my mother, but help senior citizens, veterans, and those with disabilities, people struggling with addiction and substance abuse problems. Um, and so we specialize in helping mitigate all of those types of things. Everybody knows about uh, cancer for hospice patients, and that's a
Mm-hmm.
very, very important thing. But there's so much more, especially that Stockton teaches as well, like studies on children that are dying from epileptic seizures and
Mm-hmm.
adults that are dying from Parkinson's disease seizures. So CBD, CBD actually it mitigates the seizure by stopping the LP signal in the brain. It helps with the anti-inflammatory aspect, because there's a lot of head injuries that are involved with those seizures. And so that's my main focus. That's how I got into this, is to help that specific group of people. Not just limited to them, anybody with anxiety, depression, and anybody that just wants to feel well and be well. But that's how
Right.
I got into this, was because of my mother.
Excellent. And since she's been using your products, have you seen any, positive effects? Because people are looking more towards our medical alternatives, and have seen, major results. I mean, like, I'm on your website now, right? Hold on for a minute. There we go. So this is your website here, and tell us about your website.
Absolutely. So let's start off with the edibles. We do have a great line of hemp derived THC full strength Delta 9 edibles, ranging from gummies to chocolate brownies. And then we have the breakfast to cereal bars. And so these are all full strength. They're not Delta 8. They are made with concentrate. So they're very strong. And the difference between this and a edible at a marijuana dispensary is that this is just federally legal and you do not need a medical card to buy it. It's the same exact thing, but it's derived from hemp.
Right. Okay. And what about your vape pens?
So right now we are getting some new vape pens and doing a reboot of our site. So those are coming soon.
Right. Hey, so what I saw was the legal psychedelics, though. Tell us about these.
Yes, I was going to bring that up. So we are a federally licensed psychedelic mushroom dispensary as well. And so the way that works is we began to look to further treat veterans that are suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, and the cannabis helps, but the mushrooms allow them to mitigate a lot of the night terrors, reoccurring episodes, social anxiety. And so microdosing with these types of products, our tablets and our chocolate bars that are soon to come, as well as our gummies, that is a great way to ditch the pharmaceutical medications and a lot of what the VA offers. And for anybody that has post-traumatic stress, this is an organic, safe, and lab-tested way to mitigate a lot of those symptoms. So our tablets and our gummies, as well as our chocolate bars that are coming soon, they are made from extract, mushroom extract, and they're full strength, full visuals as well. And so they are a legal amount of extract, and they're put through a process called nano enhancement, which makes them very strong. It's the same mushrooms we've all come to know and love. Legal with no medical card as well on those.
Okay. And now, if you're coming from out of state, can you purchase these?
Yes. So you absolutely can. We have, like I said, just about 65 in-store locations here, just in South Jersey, but we ship actually to all 50 states proudly, from Florida to Alaska, New Jersey to California. A new era of cannabis and mushrooms is here, and Oil City Extracts is leading the way.
Awesome. Where'd you get your training to like learn all of this? And I mean, tell us about, well, one question I did want to ask was like, what's the difference between Delta 8 and Delta 9 for consumers? Can you educate them on that?
Absolutely. I'd be glad to. So Delta 9 THC, that is a naturally occurring cannabinoid that is derived from the cannabis plant. Everybody is familiar with that being the psychoactive component, the intoxicating component to pot, marijuana, cannabis. And so then you've had, excuse me, over the past 10 years, a myriad of different cannabinoids that either are semi-synthetic or fully synthetic, which means they were made in a lab. And so Delta 8, along with some other cannabinoids, but Delta 8 is semi-synthetic, which means they take the chemical structure from CBD and they manipulate it by chemical means to produce Delta 8, which is not as strong, not as potent as Delta 9 THC. Some refer to it as weed light, but it does have an intoxicating effect. And that's why it is under controversy to be rescheduled along with other cannabinoids.
Mm-hmm. So what for those Delta 9 would be, I guess, a more healthier alternative?
Delta 9 would be an alternative that we have more studies about. There's not enough studies done on the lasting effects of Delta 8 to determine its safety or any type of efficacy. So,
okay,
yes, it would be a safer alternative to go with. That is for sure.
All righty. Well, let's take a couple of minutes. I want to give a big shout out to some good friends of mine, and just let everyone know that we are currently want to give some big love to our new sponsor, Pink's Products. Alicia Bianco joined our network last week, and we are going to help her with a major event in November, so more to come. It's a beautiful burlesque event focusing on the cannabis industry and burlesque and art and entertainment. So we're going to be seeing her soon. And I want to thank her so much. She's going to be sponsoring us to get to Europe in December. And I'm going to make sure that that party she's going to have in November is going to be crazy popular, crazy successful. So, and also, again, just to let you all know, the Canna Farms tour is kicking off August 23rd through August 23rd through October 11th. And these are the dates. We want to be able to keep these tours going, and I tell you, Canna Farms and the White family are amazing. And I gotta give a big shout out to our sponsors: Birdie's 420, Green Spectrums, New York City Cannabis Exchange, Surfside, Event High, Meyer Security, Jadestone Branding, Cannabis Branding, Silk Road, and of course Gordy's Goodies, WebOdd Distributors, who just came on themselves about a month ago. Welcome, WebOdd. We truly loved having you on. And Pink's Products. My sponsors, I love you guys. You guys are amazing. You can reach us on Patreon. Definitely join our Patreon at the OG Social Network podcast. I want to thank Proteus and everyone else too. But getting back to my man, Will. So, Will, the ladies want to know, are you married? Are you single? Maybe some guys too. I don't know. This is the fun part of the show. This is the fun part of the show now.
Yes. So I am not single. Yes, I'm living with a wonderful woman who is just so interested in the business, and yes, hopefully she'll be running our clothing line coming soon.
Oh, that'll be awesome! So she's getting the merch ready.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Getting the merch ready.
Yeah, that's her.
So where in Florida are you from?
So I am from a little southern town called Pensacola, Florida. Right. It is home of the Blue Angels. It's right under Alabama, and it is the premier vacation destination on the Gulf Coast. I mean, it's like sands.
Oh, they got like that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so my first experience in Florida was 1972, and I was 8 years old, and my mom was living down there. You ever heard of Seffner, Florida?
I have not.
Yeah, you see, nobody has. All right, how about Tennessee, Florida?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, you see, yeah. Nobody had. Well, all of these towns are about 20, 30 miles from Tampa, north of Tampa. So for me, it was a very stark black and white difference coming from New York City to here. And but Florida has definitely grown. I didn't know Pensacola was like the premier vacation spot now in the Gulf.
Yes, it is. It's the fourth most popular beach in the world on the #1 travel agency site, TripAdvisor.
No shit.
Yeah, where Jaws 2 was filmed, and I mean, it's a very nice place for sure.
Yeah. I've been there. I love it. I think Florida is one of the most beautiful states. You know, when you're on the coast, you know, and actually it's great nature. And I live primarily always near like Lake Okeechobee for some reason, or on the Gold Coast, you know. I you know, coming from there and understanding marijuana then, and I think they're medical now, right? Are they at least legally medical, right? The changes are coming. I hope that we can survive this next 3 years. It feels like already 3 years have passed. But like, how do you see do you feel you'll be protected doing business in Jersey with the current governor? He's a great guy, by the way. I hear great things about your governor. But with the current federal administration that we have, and the taco president, stuff like that, do you feel your hemp might be affected at all?
So I'm glad you asked that. On a state level, the governor last October did sign a bill that would restrict intoxicating hemp products. The issue with that is that it shifts all of the hemp derived products to the restricted sale of the marijuana dispensaries. So it creates higher prices for the consumer. It creates, um, millions, tens of millions of dollars invested in this hemp to go away. And so what happened last October was actually something very interesting. The federal government came, they stepped in, and they said, we're going to put a federal halt on the bill that would restrict the intoxicating hemp here in New Jersey. And so the reasoning behind that is because, from a legal perspective, after the bipartisan congressional 2018 Farm Bill, it is not allowed to be, hemp is not allowed to be redefined. And so that's what New Jersey attempted to do by passing this bill, was redefine hemp after a congressional law. And so
Mm-hmm.
right now we operate in a state that legal THCA and legal hemp-derived THC products are available to be bought, sold, consumed, and distributed without a license from the CRC, Cannabis Regulatory Commission.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
And go ahead. No, please.
on the federal government side, so I can't say anything as far as this administration, but what I can say on a regard to federal law, it's actually the federal law that has been there for us, stepped in to kind of fill the gaps where there's been some gray areas. And that's where we derive our scope of legality from in the hemp industry, is through the federal farm bill. So that's why we're allowed to ship through the mail legally and utilize USPS. And we're not limited to just in-state operations. So the state governments, the local municipalities and police departments, they still have a long way in becoming more educated on the current legalities of hemp versus marijuana. For instance, they don't uh, they don't operate the same legally, but they look the same, smell the same. So it really takes all three of us, consumers, businesses, and law enforcement, to come together and get an understanding of what the law is, what hemp is, and what marijuana is, so we can have that transparency and progression moving forward.
Where do you see Oil City? I love the logo, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you,
love
thank
the
you.
logo. I mean, I think it's great work. Where do you see yourself in the future now? I mean, I know we're going through a flux, a state of flux here with this current political situation and everything. But I want to know, like, where do you see you? What is it that I ask this of young people too, and I don't think it's fair, because you have to have strategies just to prepare for change, for obstacles, for all of that. But in summary, I think yes, I'll ask him that question. Give me a minute. It's thunder outside.
Oh,
Did you hear it?
yes, I did.
All right. Yeah. So wait. No. But no, seriously, where do you see Oil City Xtracts? And will you be also going into the THC market if you feel it'll work for you?
So I do. like I said, I do see myself being involved more with the THC market and side of things, but not through the marijuana side, through a hemp derived THC distribution kind of side. And so where that plays in is going to be your new all THC drink bars. It's great for people that are in recovery, people that don't want to drink alcohol. Those are very popular and on the rise. So we get lots of orders from those stores, and then the THC gummies as well. More and more vape shops and sort of hemp dispensaries, they love those types of products because they can sell them outside the scope of the CRC legally and with federal backing as well. And so I see the company going through a period where we try to figure out what works best as far as hemp drinks, extraction, and like white labeling. So we're not only just a distribution hub, a distribution corporation. We want to help other businesses grow. We get the packaging for other companies, and we help them with their own brand grow their business as well. And so while we do retail in all 50 states, we do right now have mostly our retail stores up here in the Jersey, Philly, New York tri-state area. And so we're branching out more into like the southern eastern seaboard region. We want to move more into Florida, and Texas just got a huge ruling on allowing the THCA hemp-derived products. So we have reps over there as well. And so one question that I always ask people is, when you're a cannabis enthusiast, you ask yourself the question sometimes of, what is weed on the shelves going to look like in the future? And so that's kind of where our products come into play. It's not going to be at Walmart or some some type of store like Costco. It's going to be at these hemp dispensaries without a license, or at a reputable vape shop that have an interest in hemp industry. So that's where I see things going, whether it's liquor stores that are buying THC drinks and allowing for late night sales of those kinds of products, or if it's a hemp dispensary or vape shop. I think that the future for the cannabis industry as a whole is going to rely just less and less on the marijuana side of things. You see Snoop Dogg, his company, which is Death Row Cannabis. And then you have companies like Cookies. They're moving all away from marijuana. They're diving into the hemp industry, as well as Cheech and Chong. They have a very popular and thriving hemp distribution company as well. So that is that's where I think things are going to be going, especially for my company.
Well, I want to tell you, here in New York, we definitely don't want to have the network I work in, and the people I've met. We find mixing alcohol and marijuana, one, it's very unhealthy. Alcohol is just not good for your body. It's processed through ethanol. Ethanol dehydrates and takes nutrients out of our body. Also, it disconnects our souls from our from our physical selves. So whereas with cannabis, it's completely opposite. It's 180 to me. And you nourish yourself, munchies, nourishing. You want to think more deeply. You want to meditate. If you're in the right area, or you talk and have good conversations, I think it's so totally different. And the chemical, the chemical reaction between the cannabinoids and alcohol can cause severe problems from within through digestion. You just name it. It just doesn't work.
Absolutely. I agree.
Right. So when it comes to the mocktails, for example, mocktails and like CBD, one of my sponsors, Green Spectrums, is a CBD processor and a THC processor here in New York City, New York State. Their products are all over New York State. They have amazing THC tinctures, gummies, chocolates, and Michael Fertucci focuses on health and wellness, alternatives to medicine. I've had many people, so I know this works if processed correctly. I would find, like, I go into these dispensaries and I see the health and wellness mixed with the party stuff, get high, da da da. I really feel that there should always be a section where there should be strictly health and wellness, like more modeled on I don't want to say pharmacy or pharmaceutical. You got to be careful how you, because there still isn't enough data to prove that this is effective this way, this is effective this way, unless we were there and we experienced it. I have a friend whose father was a cop, retired, developed Parkinson's, bad shakes. One day he was so pissed off, he has this mask, and his dad was like vehemently, there's nothing he could do to stop him, put the mask on. And he let that smoke hit him, shake stopped, just almost instantly. His father was amazed, so now his father gets high. I don't want to say gets high. He uses cannabis to control his Parkinson's. That's how it works for him. Also, we got him tinctures to get away from the cannabis because he doesn't like the effect, and those work. So hopefully in the next decade, we'll be able to say, hey, this works. Right now it's still up in the air because we just don't have enough data. And I believe the medical industry and pharmaceutical companies just don't want us to share that data or even have research on it. Extensive research, not just government, but private, everyone involved. I believe in what you're doing. I think, your growth is going to be amazing. Focus on what you want to do. So what do you plan on doing? And are you going to be at NECAN and AC?
I will. Yes, I will be.
Yes. Now I got to go.
Yes, please go. Yes.
You got to, all right, because that's a free lunch for me.
Yeah. Hey, yes, absolutely. There's a lot of great places over there. MJ Unpacked was amazing, but anytime there's like a major convention over there in Atlantic City, I'll be there. And so I'm a teacher right down the road from there at Stockton.
Oh yeah, tell me where do you teach, if you don't mind? I mean, it's okay, right? I mean, because I've got a couple of educators, and government people that work and they're a part of, but they can't talk. And I don't know how it is for you. So you teach. Go ahead.
Yes. So I actually, let me back up. I studied at Stockton University, and just last year I got my certification for cannabis cultivation and extraction, and then the study of cannabis medicine, business, and law. So currently, right now, I'm teaching through a sponsorship program, and I will be teaching one of the first hands-on courses at the school. We focus on, like I said, business, medicine, and law, creating a clear path of a career for someone that wants to join the hemp or marijuana workforce. And we go over cannabis history, we go over growing methods, extraction methods. And so while it's been online in the past, this fall semester is the first semester where the students will have hands-on learning, and we're bringing in workshops from different business leaders that are going to be coming and speaking to the students. It's going to be a blast. There's a whole lot going on over there, but so that's my way of keeping current, giving back, and ultimately staying active in creating the new generation, next generation workforce of the cannabis industry. That's my goal.
That's amazing. Well, I want to tell you, it's one more commercial break here. I want to give a big shout out to our sponsor, New York City Cannabis Exchange. We are currently, hold on for a minute. We are currently working on making sure everyone knows what's going on. Let me get that for you real quick. Oh, that is it. Excellent. Boom. There we go. Yeah. So New York City Cannabis Exchange is a beautiful dispensary located in Queens, New York. They are at 248-09 Jericho Turnpike. These are their hours. And for everyone in your community between Elmont and Queens Village and all up in there, they're right on the border of Long Island. So by all means, stop by, check out Mimi and her staff. They do an amazing job of offering you your flower pre-rolls, vapes, concentrates. They're highly into the health and wellness of the community. And just remember, you do have a dispensary in your area, Queens, out there in Elmont and Queens Village. You just know that they have online ordering. Sign up for their newsletter. That's New York City Cannabis Exchange out there in Jericho Turnpike, 248-09 Jericho Turnpike. All right, so I just want to say you're going to be then back at you will be at NECAN in AC, so definitely I get a lunch. Yay, so I'll go.
Yes. Yes, I'm excited. I'll be
I want to get you up here in New York, man, to introduce yourself to the Elevate Innovate. We keep rescheduling it due to other scheduling conflicts with our speakers, and other issues, but we're going to have it. But I definitely want to get you up, man. Talk about your curriculum there at Stockton, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I would love to. I mean, we have a lot of guest speakers that come here. We'd love to have you as well. I mean,
by all means. Yeah. I'd love to do a podcast there.
Oh my God. Yeah, that would be great. And so we've got lots of studio space over there. There's, we have our own radio station there too. But so going up to New York, that would be amazing. And like Jersey is great. But I'm from Florida, so anytime I can go to New York, that's going to be a plus for me. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm having you can come up and hit the studio up here at Manhattan Neighborhood Network. We'll get you on whenever you're ready. Just let me know. Definitely after September, October, definitely I could do it. September is going to be like too much.
Okay,
it's too much going on. So we could do that. I want to follow up on that curriculum of yours and talk, because I can have another educator on as well. Let people know what that there are. The one thing that a lot of the universities and colleges are having, is that the new students are wary of the cannabis industry. They don't know whether it'll be right. What can you get out of it? So I always tell them, well, sell it another way, or promote it or teach it another way. It's more about health and wellness and cultivation and really horticulture and chemistry, herbology. You could take it to a whole new level. That plant, you could think of hundreds of ways you can learn, earn, and live off of comfortably. So I definitely want to get you back on, and I appreciate you for coming on today. I really do.
Thank you. Yes, I do as well. It's Great having me on. It's a pleasure being able to share the stage with so many of your famous past guests, and it's an honor. So thank you so much.
Oh my God, thank you. I mean, we are in our second year doing this. It's been a blessing, and you know it is when you're working hard. You don't want to get up and do anything, but you know it's all good. Well, I just want to thank William D. Crockford. Stay on for a moment, okay? Well, I want to thank you, brother. He's the fourth William D. Crockford in his family because I guess his family can't come up with other names. But that's all good, you know. I'm silly as fuck. I tell everyone, right? Yeah, I'm 61 years old, but I'm really 12 years old inside. I am not planning on being an old man. No, I'm gonna be silly as fuck. You
Hey,
know,
you're in my book, man.
you know. My goal is to be a dirty, really silly old man. You know, like at 90, I can get away with shit like babies could on the opposite spectrum. You know, you can't touch that, Mr. Serrano. Yes, I can. No, you know. But I do enjoy doing this. I appreciate everyone, and I want to give again a big shout out to our new sponsor and new friend, Alicia Bianco. She is with Pink Products, and she just joined us last week. We also want you to know, do not forget, we are having our tour going on at CANNABIS Farms beginning August 23rd. That's this Saturday. So tickets are online. Give me a call, DM me. You know how to get through to me, guys. Come on. It's very easy. And also you can register on the ogsocialnetwork.com and look for the link for New York State Canna Farms tour and register with us. Our next show will be with Lulu Sue, co-founder of On the Revel. I will be at On the Revel in September. I believe it's the weekend of the 15th and 16th. And we will be at Pier 36. There will be so much going on. Go on to ontherevel.com. You can find everything you need at what's going on that lovely weekend. Register to be an exhibitor or just come on and join us. Tickets are very inexpensive. The 2-day event is amazing. Last year was incredible. I was very fortunate to be pressed, as I am this year, to attend, and you're going to see a lot more content coming from On the Revel. And I got to tell you, Lulu and her team, and I believe her co-founder, also his name's Sean. Please forgive me. They're just amazing. I want to give a big shout out, a little special shout out too to Peter Mercado. He does a great job. Again, what we're going to do is leave you today and thank you all so much for joining us. We are at that point now where, and I want to thank my sponsors. I want to thank all of my fans and followers who have been following us this last year. I am blessed. I can't tell you how much I am just thankful to have guests like Mr. Crockford and his amazing work that he'll be doing for the rest of his life. I know this young man's going to go far. Big shout out to my sponsors, Bernie's 420. Thank you, Don and David. Green Spectrums, Michael Bertucci and the Bertucci family, me and Harry over at New York City Cannabis Exchange, Sean and Quinn Surfside. We're having Third Thursdays. That's coming up this Thursday. Holy cow! Yeah. So that's going to be at 124 Rivington Avenue or Rivington Street in the Lower East Side. Event High is our partner in ticketing and all of our events. Thank you so much, Delia and her family. Love these two people, Earl Dowley and Katie Mata. They're going to be getting married soon. Jade Stone Cannabis Branding Agency. You need to contact them if you're looking for people to help you with your branding, your packaging. They are on point. Silk Road, Sohan Bashar, my man. Every time I have a story he puts out, he comes out with more stuff to give me. That's my man. I love this guy. Silk Road is located on 168th Street and Jamaica Avenue. Go out there. They're waiting for you to serve that community. 40 Weinstein will just on point. He's up in Massachusetts, but you'll be hearing from him in about 2 weeks. And we have another new sponsor in WebBot Distributors. Thank you, Lucas and Donna. Appreciate you so much. I think that we have been truly blessed in our ability to gain a network of people to help us move further and farther. Great announcements coming beginning September 7th. We'll be giving you what's happening on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, so we can keep you abreast of what's going on, give you new content, meet new people real quick, and give you like my reviews on special podcasters that have really been reaching out to me. One of them is Ashley the Baroness. She is like this amazing young lady who gives you history, Black history, American Black history. She is phenomenal. I wish I had prepared having a little presentation for her. But again, thank you all so much for joining the show. Know that we are here to just make it happen. I love it. Thank you all for your support. Remember to just relax, relate. God bless. Have a great one now.